As the humid air thickens over the emerald canopy, the sky turns an ominous shade of bruised purple, signaling the arrival of a storm like no other.
Saru, the aging leader of the troop, sits atop a gnarled branch, his silver fur ruffled by a cold, sudden wind that smells of ozone and wet earth. The younger monkeys, sensing the shift, stop their play. The usual chatter of the jungle is replaced by an eerie, expectant silence.
Kale, a robust and ambitious male, watches Saru closely, his muscles tensed as he waits for the old leader's signal to move to higher ground.
The first drop falls, a heavy crystal orb that shatters against a broad teak leaf, echoing like a drumbeat through the quiet forest. Suddenly, the heavens open, and a deluge of water transforms the vibrant green world into a blurred landscape of gray and silver.
Saru barks a command, a deep, resonant sound that cuts through the roar of the rain, directing the troop toward the great stone cliffs.
Mothers clutch their infants tightly to their chests, the little ones burying their faces in warm, wet fur to escape the stinging droplets. The forest floor quickly turns into a treacherous river of mud, sweeping away debris and making every step a gamble for survival. Kale takes the lead of the scouts, leaping across widening gaps in the canopy with a reckless bravery that catches the eyes of the younger females.
A massive ancient tree, its roots weakened by the saturation, groans and begins to tilt, threatening the path of the retreating troop.
Saru spots the danger and maneuvers the elders away just as the giant crashes down, shaking the very earth beneath their feet. The troop reaches the base of the cliffs, but a flash flood has turned the usual path into a churning, impassable vortex of brown water. Kale hesitates, his bravado momentarily wavering before the raw power of the water, looking back at Saru for guidance. Saru remembers an ancient trail, a narrow ledge hidden behind a veil of vines that leads to the safety of the upper caves.
He leads them upward, his old joints aching, but his will as firm as the granite beneath his fingers.
Lightning strikes a nearby peak, illuminating the troop in a stark white flash as they cling to the side of the mountain. One young monkey slips on the slick moss, dangling precariously over the abyss by a single hand. Without a second thought, Kale swings down, catching the youngster's wrist in a display of strength and new responsibility. The troop finally reaches the mouth of the great cave, a vast, dark sanctuary that has sheltered their kind for generations. Inside, the air is still and smells of dry dust and old stone, a stark contrast to the chaos of the storm outside. Saru collapses from exhaustion, his breathing heavy as the weight of his age and the journey finally take their toll. Kale approaches the old leader, not with a challenge, but with a piece of scavenged fruit, a gesture of respect and transition. As night falls, the storm rages on outside, but the cave is filled with the rhythmic sound of grooming, the troop's way of healing and bonding. Deep within the cave, they discover ancient carvings on the walls, handprints of those who sought refuge here 1,000 rains ago. A leopard, also seeking shelter from the deluge, prowls the shadows of the cave's rear, its golden eyes glowing in the dark. The monkeys sense the predator's presence and form a defensive semicircle, mothers and infants in the center, the strongest males at the front. Kale and Saru stand side by side, the old wisdom and the new strength combined to face the threat. The leopard, realizing the troop is united and formidable, retreats further into the depths, choosing peace over a risky fight. By dawn, the rain has slowed to a gentle drizzle, and a single ray of sunlight pierces through the clouds, hitting the cave entrance.
The troop emerges to find their world transformed. The once familiar paths are gone, replaced by a landscape of new streams and fallen giants.
Saru looks out over the valley, knowing his time as leader is coming to an end, his legacy secured by the survival of his people. Kale stands on a high rock, surveying the new territory, ready to lead the troop into the challenges of this altered world. They find a grove of fruit trees that have been shaken loose by the storm, providing an unexpected feast for the hungry troop. The infants play in the new puddles, splashing water with innocent delight, unaware of the danger they just survived. The great storm of destiny had tested them, breaking the old ways to make room for a new, stronger unity. Saru slowly climbs to a quiet spot under a flowering tree, his duty fulfilled, watching the troop settle into their new home. Kale approaches him one last time, a silent acknowledgement of the torch being passed from one generation to the next. The jungle begins to hum with life again, the birds returning to the trees, and the insects starting their rhythmic chorus. As the sun sets on a new era, the troop remains, a testament to the enduring spirit that thrives in every drop of rain.